All right. So I have two things to start the show with today. I came prepared instead of an intro, I have thoughts.
Got it. Okay.
One, in between recording our episodes, we both stood up to walk to the bathroom.
Yep.
And we both stood up like super old men.
Yeah. You groaned.
Yeah, I groaned.
And I like.
You hobbled. I hobbled.
It takes two steps.
We sat here for 30 minutes. Neither of us can stand up. So that's an observation.
Yep.
And then two is a question. And two is a question I have for you.
I mean, we're almost 50.
So I'm 15 days into the Lose It app. Doing pretty good. How many books have you read?
0.
So
I need help.
Last time I asked you.
I need you to take my phone and download a book for me.
No. No, you told me, so you downloaded the thing. I sent you the app. I'm literally doing all of them. I'm like holding your hand.
It's bad.
I sent you the app.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you were like, please send me books to read. So you're just making excuses.
I have no excuse.
So you're like, please send me books. So I sent you literally like a list of 20 books.
Yep.
Right? They're all great books.
Mm-hmm.
And
I have them in my notes.
All you have to do is put them. Yeah, I sent you a note, like a shared note. All you have to do now is put one onto the thing and listen to it. It can literally be 3 minutes on your car ride home. It's at least you've started.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is that?
The barrier is that I haven't downloaded a book yet.
Just download the book, dude.
I've never tried it.
Like,
I don't know how to use the app.
What would you tell me if I said, like, hey, Peter, like, I know I asked you for my help and like, losing weight. And you told me to download the Lose It app.
But I've done none of the work.
And I just kept telling you, like, I just don't know how to press the button. I can't.
I don't know how to do it. Yeah. I have no excuse.
It tells me you don't want to do it.
I do want to do it.
But you don't. Otherwise, you would have.
This is a weird thing. I don't believe I'm lying to you or myself. Like, I genuinely want to do it.
Yeah.
And I clearly haven't. Like, clearly the work in my stupid head is too much of a barrier for me to actually do.
Like downloading a book on Audible.
I know. It's super bad.
They couldn't make it more easy. And they're literally trying to sell you a product. Like, you press one button. It's like buying something on Amazon. Have you bought anything on Amazon recently? Oh, that's true.
Kidding.
You have somebody else do it for you.
That's true. Christina does. Yeah, I have no excuse. So
I think they're even owned by Amazon.
What book should I download today?
All right. Well, why don't you read off some books? I don't have the list in front of me.
Okay.
Actually, I just added one that I've actually never read. But
I saw that you added it.
I added one that is called Mastery.
Okay, everybody. Gary's books for me that he thinks, like, I asked him, just give me the top books that I should start with because it's going to take me a long time. He says, The Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Grow Rich, How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Win Big, Grit, Thinking in Bets. I haven't heard that one. How to Win Friends and Influence People, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Deep Work, The Infinite Game, Good to Great, Die with Zero. Let's go. I'm definitely doing that.
Yep.
Leaders Eat Last, The Go Giver, Meditations for Mortals, The Inner Game of Tennis, or Mastery.
So I actually haven't read Mastery yet.
Okay.
But it's by the same author who wrote the 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah, you're freaking like devil voodoo.
Yeah. But I heard somebody talk about the other day. He said, and it's somebody who I value their opinion, that book literally changed his life. That was his quote.
Mastery.
And I was like, well, I clearly need to read it. Then I looked up like kind of what it was about or whatever. Yeah. It's basically about what it sounds like. It's like, instead of being a generalist, like dive into like, and you've talked about how you enjoy, like, well, this is how you view things. You tend to focus really hard on like the one thing that you're trying to be.
I have like the one or two things that I work really hard at, and everything else I know nothing about. I was actually thinking about this morning, not to get off topic. I want to get back to it. When I watch you interact with people, especially from like a sports perspective, you have a lot that you can talk about that's relatable. And I'm just like sitting there and like, I have nothing to relate to people about. So I just like, I was actually thinking in my head, I was like,
how many times have I told you you're unrelatable?
I was like, unless someone is interested in like really excelling at their health and fitness, just like,
I'm a Renaissance man.
Bum, 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 bum.
I think I told you about this, like back in high school when I had this friend who I thought was super funny, and he was also super smart, one of the smartest kids in my like class. Yeah, like
you have to tell me about this.
Class. That I remember thinking like, that's what I want to be, because he could talk about anything to anybody and he could make it funny, but he could also sound smart. You know what I mean? Like no matter who he interacted with, he was the guy in the room that everyone else wanted to talk to because you could. He made it easy for you. Yeah. Right. By knowing things about everything and also being able to make it funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be that guy.
So you became that guy?
He's probably still way better at it than me.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a long time. But I try to be that guy. I like to know a lot of things about a lot of things because it allows me to do exactly that. Like in the field of work that we're in, we meet different people all of the time. I can talk to them about anything.
Yeah.
And I try to have some knowledge about anything. I mean, I had like a 30-minute conversation about Iran this morning.
With who?
With one of my clients.
Yeah. Okay.
And it wasn't like a political conversation. It was actually, I was telling her how I listened to a podcast yesterday where the guest on the podcast is an expert in the history of Iran.
Yeah.
And what I loved about the podcast is he gave the history going back to like the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, just gave the history of Iran and sort of the political culture there and other cultures and other things that have happened that kind of led to present day. And it wasn't like a thing of like, yes or no, should we be, it wasn't any of that. It was simply, we were just discussing the history of like that particular country and the culture there and some of that things. And it was a great conversation. We had a great conversation because she was also interested in that kind of thing. And so, yeah, I'd like to have you, you're just really hyper focused on the things that you really enjoy the most for you personally. The things that you enjoy the most personally are like family, like relationships, whatever. And you're really good at those things. And you don't really deviate outside of that because you don't think that you have time to, or you don't want to.
It's a time thing.
It's a time thing. You have to give time to me. I like to give time to, I guess, more things in you.
Broader.
From a learning perspective. I think broader learning.
I think that you honestly, so I think that you also learn faster than I do, and I think that you retain more. So then therefore you have a broader knowledge.
Yeah.
I think that I like drill hard into a thing, and then that's my locus of like understanding.
Like I'm about to read a book called 1929.
Why?
I think it's 1929.
Because you want to learn.
Because that's when the stock market crash was.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a really, really good book by a guy that I really find interesting and super smart. It's like 600 pages of like history, but I can't wait. It's going to be so great. Like I'm going to learn so much about that era. And I think when you learn about the past, it better helps you understand the present.
Yeah, sure.
Because
you can see trends that are coming maybe.
Yeah, the trends repeat themselves and you can see the way people reacted to certain things in the past and it makes the present and the future not so scary. Right. So for instance, like the way people reacted to the start of the internet is the same way people are reacting to the start of AI. And when you can see
it's the end of everything,
but it's not, right? It wasn't then. It's not now. It's, so it allows you to be, those things become less sort of scary when you have some kind of reference to put on it. And you're able to think back. Like,
every generation is always a new thing, huh?
Yeah. Like you can connect it. Like we've talked before on other podcasts and just together about like raising kids in the day of like the telephones. Like when I was a kid, MTV was going to kill the youth.
The devil.
It didn't.
Wasn't it like the devil?
It was the devil. Everyone was afraid, like, oh my God, this is so scandalous. And there's like, and this is going to be the end. And then it was video games, right? And it still is video games to some degree, but we moved away from video games. Now it's social media. Every generation, parent or somebody has somebody they want to blame for like their asshole kid who can't behave, right? Like it's somebody else's fault or whatever. So and they're always worried that this is going to be the end. And then they create like a whole kind of scene, right? So it's, by understanding the past, you can connect the dots to the present and the future, and then also have some context to be like, oh, well, wait a minute. I've seen this before. And even if I didn't, the world has, and this is what happened.
Okay.
Yeah. So that I like that part of it. I think it gives me peace of mind in a world that's not peaceful. Right.
Yeah, I agree.
So if I were you, I mean,
so what book should I download? Like I'm on the search menu.
So what are you most interested in?
I don't care.
Do any of those resonate with you?
I feel like I'll just go towards something that I like, which is stupid. I want to do something that
you should do something you like. Otherwise, you're not going to want to do it again.
Fine. Die with Zero.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
That is an amazing book.
All right.
And it's not about like what it sounds like it's supposed to be about. It's not about throwing all your money away before you die so your kids get nothing. It's the opposite of that.
Okay.
It's about enjoying it while you're alive. And I think like earlier today, we were talking to your wife about buying a new truck and like, and she, when you walked out of the room, she goes, well, things have changed. Because historically you would have just wanted to like squirrel away like all of the money.
Yeah.
Right. And now you're telling her, please do the thing that makes you happy, but be responsible. You're not just giving her
like
lunch.
Jesus Christ. Like it always comes off the predicate of like, just be responsible financially.
Yeah. Let's make it.
And then like whatever.
Yeah. But please enjoy yourself. And like, you know, and she was like, she kind of looked like, she looked at me, I looked at you and she goes, I get the feeling you two are just screwing with me. I don't understand like what's happening. And I was like, Stace, I was like, he genuinely just wants you to be happy. And yes, you guys are probably in a little bit different place financially than when you met, for sure. Like you guys have worked really hard to put yourselves. And so he's backed off. I go, also, he spent a lot of time with me, and I've taught him how to calm down, relax.
Yeah.
But anyway, we should probably get on to the show.
So I downloaded it.
Oh, what'd you get?
Die with Zero.
Okay.
So it's there.
So you'll start listening on the way home.
Okay.
Today.
And
then
I have no excuse. If I don't, there's something wrong
next
with me.
week when we well, there's definitely something wrong with you.
But
yeah.
Something extra.
Yeah, next week when we revisit it, I'll ask again. Okay. I'll ask you how the book was. You won't be done yet.
How the first chapter.
Yeah, and Seth, you do this with people all the time, right? What would you tell somebody that's starting a new health journey? You would tell them, just start with a little bit. Don't bite off more than you can chew, so to speak, right? Like to do one little thing that you know. So don't think you have to finish this by today. Like it's like a couple minutes on the way home, couple minutes on your drive back tomorrow, and then maybe you get into it, and you're like, now you want to listen to it a little bit when you get home or at night or whatever. Like start small, ease your way into it. All right, so today we're going to talk about you.
Oh God, why? Just back off.
We just talked about you. We're going to talk about you. Actually, I'm going to use you as I don't know, I need one of your fancy words right now, like a pretext or like whatever. We're using you as an entry way.
A preface.
Thank you, into a broader topic around the idea of peptides.
Got it.
So anybody who might be interested in health or longevity in particular, which is the thing now, like everyone's kind of getting into longevity. It's all over social media. It's all over everywhere. And one of the things that probably keeps coming up and up and up is peptides. Like just for an example, give me a name of one peptide. Just give me a name of give me the actual like business name.
Business?
You know what I mean? Like
the person who sells it?
No. Like that they call it something.
The actual peptide.
The actual
BPC 157.
Okay. Like seriously, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like these people couldn't figure out.
That's pretty bad marketing.
Like, like imagine if Ozempic was called BP15. Like they would sell none of it. Who wouldn't buy that? This is all the meatheads. We're like, I got the BP15. But this is how I view it as a normal person.
That wasn't the meatheads. That was like the nerd scientist that just came up with like
Huberman and like those guys.
No. First of all, peptides.
But like any seller of a product would come up with a better name than that. I think they like the
that's
fact
why
that
they call it the Wolverine blend.
We're going to get to that. Okay. Yeah, because the name of the episode I didn't tell you actually. It's called Peptides or Placebo.
Oh, sure.
Let's ask the Wolverine. Okay. So we're going to get to that. But I guess what I'm saying is because it has these weird letter number names, I think it makes it even more confusing for people to understand, well, what the hell is it? Is it safe? Should I take it? What would I take it for? Like, what is all this? Is it going to make me live forever? What's the science behind it? Sure. The reason I ask you is because like you've started to take one or two or three. I don't even know. How many do you take in your cocktail?
The cocktail was 2.
Okay.
BPC 157 and TB 500, which is a very common.
Yeah, those are my favorite too. I love those.
It's like TB 12.
Yeah, those are the greatest. I take those and like 7 more.
Those are the most common one for like guys my age.
Okay. So what I want to know, so let's start with just the story of like why were you taking it?
Yeah.
And then let's get into some of the other stuff. Like, okay, what do we know about them? Right? Like, do we know, are they safe?
Not much.
Right? Do we know if they're safe? Do we know if they work? Do we know if whatever? And then we'll come back to you and get your experience of like, well, has it helped?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so let's just start like, well, why are you taking it? Why did you decide to do this?
Yeah. So it's in the healthosphere. Right, like you had said.
I think you made that word up.
I definitely made that up. It's in not like longevity, like healthcare space. It's not standard medicine, right? It's kind of in that like underground supplement type of thing.
Yeah,
it's not quite FDA approved, right? So their companies figure out how to sell it. A client of ours,
anything that's not FDA approved is for me.
I'm a big fan of.
I won't even eat meat that isn't like gone through governmental protocols.
Yeah, you want like arsenic thrown on there, just because it's been approved.
I always say I want my meat bleached, or I'm not eating it.
So gross. What's wrong with you? I want mine mooing in the woods.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I want for some reason, the government oversight, even though I know it shouldn't, gives me like peace of mind.
Yeah, because probably from
things like
a young age, you thought, oh, this has been like stamp of approval.
And they told me it was fine. Like the food pyramid.
Who's a they? Yeah,
the food pyramid is like eat lots of carbs. I was like, okay,
eat lots of cereal.
So okay, so go ahead. So it's in that sphere.
A client of ours had just mentioned. It was literally an offhanded thing, like, "Hey, I'm interested. Do you know anything about peptides?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Well, I'm interested. I have this number. I'm interested." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Why don't I do a little research?"
A number of like a person, like that was selling.
Yeah, sorry. So a number of a person that works at a local company that's selling peptides, whatever. Yeah. And so I just told him I would do a little research for him, as we tend to do with our clients, right?
Well, we generally won't recommend anything unless we've at least done it ourselves.
Right, exactly. So for me, I love to be
let's use your body as
human pincushion.
That's right.
Experiment of one. So I contacted. I did a very peripheral search. I mainly wanted to know: is this thing going to hurt me? Is there going to be side effects?
Yeah, is it safe?
Yeah, and so like at the dosages at which they're recommended is essentially like no side effects for these two particular ones.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, fine. So I guess I'll just give it a go.
And did you have like a underlying reason why you like, for instance, like,
yes,
they're meant for something, right? They can be meant for like tissue healing or something like that. Did
so
you have something you were monitoring?
Yeah. So these two in particular, like, are meant for tissue healing, recovery, repair.
Okay.
Improved like gut repair, gut health, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had just I was thinking through. I was like, what do I really have? Well, I had this like plantar fasciitis on my left foot that had been just kind of brewing for a while.
Oh yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah, it's on the tail end. I mean, Jesus Christ, I've been doing this for like a year.
Yeah,
yeah. So it was on the tail end. I was like, okay, let's see if this can like have an effect on that.
Okay.
And I had a little ongoing thing in my shoulder. It was whatever, but it was just like one of those. So I had two things. I was like, let me monitor that.
Soft tissue-y things. So that was going to be your
my experiment.
How you were going to see if you noticed any kind of like result. So we'll come back to sort of the results.
Okay.
What the hell is a peptide? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think most people probably don't even know what this thing is.
Just
they just
protein.
hear it. Yeah,
it's a protein that your body produces. I mean, it's similar to hormones in that it's a signaling agent. It tells your body what to do. And so, in particular,
is it below the level of a protein? Do you know what I mean? In a sense, like, does it turn into like an amino acid turns into?
I think a peptide is literally a protein.
It's an actual protein. Okay,
I think so. I'm not an expert on this, like at all. Yeah, it's not like I am with hormones.
It feels like you should have been before you started pumping it into.
Yeah, sure. I want to know if it's going to hurt me. No, it didn't. So it's a signaling agent, so it tells the body what to do.
Yeah.
We produce them naturally, right? Much like we do hormones, right? So much like with testosterone, much like with estrogen, our bodies produce these hormones. If you give it to them, then they will do more of the thing that it's supposed to do in your body, right? So much is true with these peptides. They're like the underlying signaling agents that tell your cells what to do. And so in particular, these ones are aided in vascularization. So they help the body create more vessels, right? That supply blood to an area, especially blood to the area of a perceived injury.
Right.
And so we know as physical therapists that soft tissue injuries, especially like fascial or tendon or ligament related, are hard to heal because they have very poor blood flow.
Yeah.
So the idea with stuff like this is as you get older, if you have these chronic long-term irritations, if you can revascularize the site that is trying to heal, then you can kind of get that last kind of repair process going on. Right.
And pretty much everything we do in the world of physical therapy when it comes to tissue healing
trying to do that.
Is trying to do that. So whether it's like massage, even exercise to some degree, stretching, ultrasound, shockwave, dry needling, you name the thing, it's all kind of working under the same premise. So I looked it up real quick so we wouldn't sound like morons. You know, we should probably do that.
Okay.
So peptides are short chains of 2 to 50 amino acids linked by peptide bonds, serving as fundamental building blocks for proteins and acting as a signaling molecule in the body. That all sounds super fancy.
Yeah, and nerdy.
It's like a form of, it's amino acids.
Yeah, so I was wrong. So they're not a fully
So they turn into a protein.
Yeah.
It's a step between amino acids and a protein, right?
Yeah.
And so, and they regulate essential biological processes, including hormone release, immune function, muscle growth, and skin collagen production, et cetera, et cetera. So people are using this for all kinds of stuff, right? Like, and not you're using.
Yeah, so that was a broad concept. So there's many different types. This was a 2. So I took 2 of them, and they were promoting essentially the broad umbrella of like healing.
Right. You know what happens with this kind of stuff? What happens is like, so something like this, because it's not FDA approved and because it's new and because everyone's talking about it, especially popular like names in longevity, like people like Peter Attia or Andrew Huberman or something, and I haven't listened to all their stuff, but I know that they probably have talked
Mr.
about,
Rogan.
yeah, Joe Rogan, like people start to talk about it. It becomes this thing that's sort of, a lot of rich people start to do, right? They get
It
on these
filters
like,
down.
yeah, they get on these like really big cocktails because they can be expensive, right? Like a peptide. What is a normal course of peptides?
Yeah, none of them
cost?
are based on insurance, and so
Yeah,
also
it's all cash, right?
yeah, so it cost me $300
$300
for
for
like 6 weeks.
so 6 weeks, right? And so that's just, many people are taking like multiple versions
Oh
of
God, yeah. Like, dear Lord, like I went on the minimal, like,
Right.
what is the thing that I can just try that doesn't have side effects, that it's not going to cost a fortune? And different peptides cost different amounts of money.
Right.
And this is a very normal
So
one.
you could easily go down a rabbit hole, spend
Many thousands of dollars.
thousands of dollars
a
like
month.
every month just trying. And so I think there's even one guy who's basically trying to live forever. I forget who that guy is.
His name is Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson.
And
I think he's big into this stuff.
So he
right?
sold PayPal.
Yeah.
Oh, not sold PayPal. I'm sorry. He sold a company,
Yeah.
many hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And he basically does experiments on himself, but in a very scientifically rigorous way where he is the experiment,
Yeah.
where he's monitoring essentially his biological aging.
And his peptide is one of the things that he's been, so big. So he's spending a ton of money on this. So I think what happens then, all the wealthy people start to do it, right? And then because they're doing it, then the common folk are like, well, wait a minute. Are all these rich people going to live forever? Why don't I get any of that? You know, and then we start to get interested in it. We try to figure out like what's going on.
And it filters down. It costs less and less and less.
Yeah, the more people do it and whatever. So generally speaking, when you were asking about like, is it safe? What was the answer that you got?
Yeah, I just got like basically with these two in particular, there's no side effects at this dose. Like at the normal like dose that I was put on, there's just nothing. There's no known.
And have you noticed anything?
To worry about?
No. Like you've had zero side effects.
Like no, nothing negative.
Is it injected? Yeah.
It's into like.
Is that the only way to get them?
It's subcutaneous. Yeah.
Okay. Subcutaneous meaning just under the skin.
Sorry, yeah, into the skin.
Yeah, not into the muscle. Right. And prior, I assume, knowing you the way I know you, I'm guessing you did some research on this like beforehand in terms of like its efficacy.
That's what I was telling you.
Like, like does it like actually work to do the same the stuff that does? So what did you learn from the research?
So this is part of the problem.
Is there actually any that says like it heals tissue?
Yeah. So because of the revascularization effect, so it legit does that. It literally signals the body to create more vessels and blood flow to these areas of injury.
Yeah.
Then you just have like rates of healing that are better. And we know as physical therapists that as you get older, the body tends to get worse at healing. And this is part of it, right?
Yeah.
Your body doesn't do as good of a job of revascularization.
Right.
And so if you can maybe do it like you did when you were 25, you tend to heal a little faster.
Yeah.
So it's not preventing you from getting hurt. It's just like helping you heal faster than what you do naturally.
Right.
In your 40s and 50s and so on.
Is this something that you think you would, now having done it, and we're going to talk a little bit about your experience, but just in general, is this something that you think you might recommend to other clients or TBD, like TBD?
Yeah. It's one of these things where it had no side effects. I also don't know that it did anything. Like I'm a big skeptic. Like, do I technically have less pain in my foot?
Well, don't jump the gun.
Don't reveal.
I have something on that.
I may or may not.
I have something on this. Yeah. Just in general, your initial thoughts.
Yeah. So maybe then this question might be a little too early because
you're telling me how to do my job.
Yes. because I guess I'm not 100% sure.
So let's come back to that question. Yeah. I heard you say something the other day, which is what brought up this episode. And I'm not like putting you into either one of these categories.
Okay.
Right. I'm just genuinely curious, like what you think. So you went for a 5-mile run over the weekend with your friend.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
You made this statement in the gym the other day.
I did.
Okay.
I know what I made.
I ran 5 miles.
Yeah.
It's like the fastest or something that you've ever that you've done it. It was like 8:30 or 7:30.
It was the fastest this season.
Yes. Okay. My feet have never felt that, like haven't felt this good or something. You said something about my feet, and I know you were referring to your plantar fascia. They didn't hurt. It's the first time that my feet didn't hurt
after a run.
Correct.
Like
I can wear these shoes. You're wearing like your Nikes or something, and you're trying to get rid of your Brooks, for whatever reason. That's not the point of the show, but like, I'm just like, you're trying to go back to the Nikes and my feet don't hurt today. And I heard it from across the gym and I go, oh, here we go.
but
Mr. Peptide.
I didn't talk about it, did I?
You didn't say anything about it, but I knew in my head, I was like, Mr. Peptide is attaching his peptides to the fact that his feet don't hurt. And maybe it's true. And so what I want to know genuinely is, after having done it, and I'm giving you a hard time like I always do, I don't know the answer, and I know you well enough and trust you enough to know that you would be smart enough to be skeptical around the placebo effect, right? So, and placebo doesn't mean you're faking it. Placebo just generally means something feels better because of some sort of intervention, whether it was like a real intervention or not. It doesn't matter.
It could be a sugar pill.
Yeah, it could be anything, but like
if
feeling
you
better
then
is
felt
feeling better. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
After you took the sugar pill.
Correct.
Well, it didn't have a mechanistic change on the tissue to help it feel better. So technically that's a placebo effect.
Yeah.
But you still felt better.
Correct. And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
And that's all that matters.
What's the outcome?
Right.
That's the most important
I think
thing.
sometimes people attach placebo to faker. Like
they
that person
do.
is like faking
placebo
it.
Comes with a very negative word.
Right.
It's a very negative connotation.
So you've been doing it for how long?
So it was like 2 months, so 8 weeks.
Okay, so 8 weeks later, what have you noticed? So you had no side effects, which is great. Have you noticed any improvements in either your foot or your shoulder, and then to what degree? And how much do you think is this the peptides versus just normal healing?
So the foot is definitely better. I don't have any pain in my shoulder. I also know that my foot was getting better.
Yeah,
and this was on the very tail end, and it was progressively, albeit very slowly, improving over time. So you never really know.
You weren't really able to run without pain.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, so I was running. Yeah, right, and then I would like limp around for like a day afterwards.
Sometimes you would come in like really bad.
Yes. So so technically, again, my foot has never felt better.
Yeah.
And I tend
since being injured, you mean?
Since being injured.
It's not
like a year ago, for Christ's sakes.
Okay.
And my shoulder definitely feels better.
Yeah.
I'm just always highly skeptical. Just because I had an intervention doesn't mean that was the thing. I know that it definitely causes the effects that I've told you about. So it's plausible for sure that it had an effect.
Yeah.
And also because just the passage of time, I was getting better anyways.
Right.
So it's probably a combination of both.
And this is like probably if I have the question, other people probably have the question. They're not injected like into the area that you're injured, correct?
No, so I inject it right into my stomach.
Okay.
So it's literally,
it's a systemic.
The protocol
effect.
Is super simple. Yeah. I just go one side of my stomach, the next day, the other side of my stomach, and then I just go back.
All right. So it's a systemic thing. So theoretically, it would have effect on all tissues in your body.
It happens everywhere. It's not a targeted like a corticosteroid where you put it at the site of injury.
Yeah.
You put it in the body and it gets into the blood and gets everywhere just like you would an ibuprofen.
Okay. So your shoulder is feeling better. And your foot's feeling better. What about the rest of your body? Have you noticed anything else? Like general, let's just say like aches and pains. Like we're both getting a little older. We talked in the beginning how we both stood up and like with a little like whatever. Have you generally noticed like anything else, or have you noticed like, are you sleeping better? Are you doing? Is anything?
I'd say
else
I feel
changed?
great. Yeah. Like physically, speaking, I feel great. In fact, when
better than before starting the peptide.
Like when I go for runs down the hall, and I often run down the hall. It feels more athletic, like because like right away I'm not warmed up.
It does not look athletic at all.
It looks smoother. Feels smoother, right?
Yeah. There's not like a little giddy
There's not like a little bit of thing, right? And so like that's because of less pain.
What about, have you done anything athletic outside of here? Like you often will play a spike ball or something. Oh, that's right.
That was another thing, actually. So that was part of the reason why I said that is because Sunday night. So not only did I go for a 5-mile run, the fastest I ever did Sunday.
Yeah.
I then played pickleball with one of our clients for 2 hours.
Yeah.
In my like flat shoes, like in my like not supportive shoes, and I felt great the next morning. So that's something. That was the first time I'd done that in a long, long time.
That's
like done an athletic, like running back and forth.
As I tell all of my clients, I don't care what makes you feel better.
Yeah.
As long as you feel better.
Yeah. And it felt great.
Right. So some people they go to chiropractor. Some people go to get acupuncture. Some people do peptides. Like, I don't really give a shit. Yeah. If it works for you, like awesome, like let it work. Right. And if it's something that I feel can help my client, like for instance, we're going to be trialing Shockwave at our clinic tomorrow. And, I have my thoughts. I'm generally a skeptic like you, like around all things. I know there's some okay research around it, right?
Because there's a lot of snake oil, dude. People are just trying to sell you shit too.
Like we're going to run our own internal study on it, right? And then we're going to make our own determination. But in general, even if it doesn't do anything, and all like 10 people that we try it on tell me it helps them and they feel better,
Great.
awesome. We're getting it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because
and we won't even know if it's not doing anything. I mean, it does a thing. We know that it mechanistically does a thing.
Yeah, right? But we don't know if it's doing the thing that it says it's. We're not going to have like blood samples or any of that stuff.
For sure. No, it's just anecdotal evidence. Are they getting better or not based upon their report?
And that's all that matters in the end. And so, okay, another question. So your cocktail was called the Wolverine, which is super obnoxious.
Super lame.
You're already super hairy like a Wolverine anyway.
This made it worse.
Did it make it? Oh, God, like I was going to say, that's not good. Have any effect like on your skin? I know you've been paying a lot of attention to like skincare.
That's interesting.
Have you noticed anything with that? I mean, I haven't. I don't study your skin. I know you more.
I think it actually has collagen increasing effects, like at least the blend that I was on.
Yeah.
And I am slightly more plump.
Oh, good. Are you planning to do another, like, how does this work? Like, do you go on it forever? Do you just do it for I don't want to call it a cycle because that makes it sound like steroids, but like, so do you do it?
You do actually go on it like a cycle. And the reason why is because your body produces these peptides, and much like your body produces hormones, we're going to use the opposite right now. If you give exogenous hormones or peptides, which means outside the body from a vial,
lots of words,
right? So if you give yourself a thing that your body already makes, you have this down-regulating effect that your body will stop making the thing because it senses that you have it, right? Yeah. So if you never go off of a peptide blend, then your body will stop regulating it. Yeah. And then if you go off, you're kind of effed.
Okay.
So the way that this works is, so to answer your question, am I going on it again? Yeah. The way that this protocol works is you essentially have the loading dose, which I completed in 6 weeks. And then you have a maintenance dose that you go on that is like a very low level amount for, I think, 3 months. And then you completely cycle off. And then you allow your body to reset its ability to build those peptides. And then what happens is because you've done it over this like 5-month period, you've had quite a bit of like a revascularization effect in some of these areas. And so your body still benefits even if you're not on the peptide. Yeah. Because your vessels aren't going to just go away. They don't just retract, right? The new vessels that you built into your body that bring blood flow are still going to be there and are actively helping you. So the idea is that if you can build up this like resupply of blood vessels to these areas, you cycle off, you let your body like resupply its own peptides, and then you can like recycle back on it like after like, I don't know, to be honest with you, like another 3 to 6 months. Yeah. And so that's where I'm at in the phase. And so I think
so. You have to pay each month? Like you're paying like
not each month, but each time that I do
like cycle or
so
whatever.
I paid one like $300 payment, and then the next one will be the same, and then that will be like a cruise dose for the next.
So let's just say for you, if you were going to continue this over the course of a year, what would the total
like $1,200 probably
$1,200 for the year? It's not horrible if it makes you feel better.
If it makes you, so that's under the, of course, of course, like dear Lord, if it makes you feel better and it makes you more athletic, I mean, it's interesting. We'll see. I mean, I'm in the beginning, phase of this, but
I got like a little meniscus thing going on. It's been lingering for a while.
I see what this podcast is for. Do you think, Gary, let me take out my supply right now.
Do you think you can help me out? But do you think, so I don't know, again, I haven't looked into the research myself. Do you think, so meniscus injuries historically heal slowly because of poor blood supply.
Yep.
However, it's different than soft tissue because soft tissue is directly vascularized.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a good question.
Do you think something like this, or do you have any insight into whether it can help with things, or for people that might have either bone, like arthritis, or cartilage, non-soft, like I guess are technically some version of soft tissue, but you know what I mean, like things that are like not your typical soft tissue.
I do not have insight on that. I can tell you we're going to find out right after we're done talking.
Yeah, I'd be curious. Yeah, because I'd be open to that, to trying that if it could help like this thing go away a little quicker.
I agree.
It's getting better. Like your foot was getting better. It's just getting better at like a slower rate than I would like. Yeah, but I also have plenty of clients who it's the same thing. It's like, okay, like I'm getting better, everything's going fine, but like I wish this would just go faster. Yeah, like a typical human in today's world.
And so that's how it's described. Is it's supposed to aid in healing and recovery. So this blend in particular is used by a lot of athletes to recover from surgery, or just like from like if people get a surgery, to just aid the process of recovery. Like you recover quicker, because that healing process happens at a greater rate. this is a normal thing in which people use it for sure.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So for you, is it peptides or placebo?
I'm gonna go with it's peptides, and my body was getting better anyways. So I don't think it's like purely like this magic, like, yes, I'm better because I did a thing, but I think it had a benefit for sure.
Yeah. So there's enough there to.
There's enough there to have some credence to it to give it another experiment.
So then just before we wrap up, then
Yeah.
going back to the question I said, like, would you recommend it to a client? I think we saved that for
Yeah.
later.
It's kind of like the creatine argument, meaning like creatine doesn't really have. I would not recommend peptides in general because I don't know enough about them, but I would recommend this blend based upon my experience and my initial research of it, that I think it did a good enough job with no side effects, that if they wanted to try it to help heal something that's been nagging them, I think that's probably a good idea.
All right. And I just have one more question, just for the sake of the people that are listening that maybe are thinking like, oh, I want to try this.
Yeah.
Where does one go to get peptides? Because I don't think you just show up at your primary care and say, please give me some peptides, or do you? Like, I don't know.
No. So you often go to these like health and wellness places, like, so for instance,
Like a functional health doctor.
A functional health doctor.
Yeah.
You also have like literal like peptide clinics popping up. You have to make sure that you like vet these places, because you don't want to make sure that they're not like getting them off the black market and so on and so forth, because they're not FDA regulated.
Right.
It's kind of like the Wild
How do you
West,
do that?
right?
Like, what is the vetting process? Like, what kind of degree do they have?
I guess you
Is there
ask
like a degree.
I guess you ask them where they get their sources.
Yeah.
Usually it's like a nurse practitioner.
Yeah.
Or a doctor that's prescribing it.
And
or
where
something
should they
like
be getting
that.
it from? Like some reputable lab or something?
Yeah, so like a compounding pharmacy.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So those
right?
are good questions to ask.
Yeah.
Where do you get this from?
And then it's like, so it's like often like places are associated with like aesthetics. It's something, like the skincare, hormone health, med spas, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there's like a couple of places locally that you can get that are pretty reputable. So,
well, local to us, but we have an international audience.
Oh, excuse me.
Here,
Yes. Northeast Massachusetts.
Many millions of people listening all around the world.
That's true. Excuse me.
We don't want to be too hyper local.
Okay.
So, all right, perfect. That's great information. Thank you for sharing. And I think that's it.
All right, man.
See ya.